Hello. Let's give it a couple more minutes and I'll start playing some of this. I'm starting where I left off last time, which was the Nova Prospekt bit. Give me a shout in the comments of this if it ends up being that my mic's too quiet or the game's too loud or whatever. Now, some of you might notice as well that there's actually 2 videos online tonight. That wasn't meant to be the case. It was that I forgot to reschedule one of them when I changed the schedule for the other one. No, we don't really get many of the Tesla cars sold here in the UK though. Only the very high-end ones, so nobody really cares about Tesla cars over here. I might as well just start this now, because I'm sure it won't get straight into the action when I first start it. I can't remember if the antlions are still friendly towards me for the moment, or if they're hostile. So it's probably easier to knock those over the gravity again. Yeah, it's because most of my viewer base is in America, but the UK is obviously quite a long time ahead of America on the clock. So I can't really... Well, I might do it at some point, but I can't really stream too late in the day here. I suppose I can try it at some point though, but... Yeah, I've noticed when I stream later more people watch, but obviously often I want to go to bed and stuff later on, so... yeah, that's why the time's not always convenient with the streams. more people watch Q&A streams as well than video game streams, but Q&A streams can be a bit irritating because everybody always tries to shout over each other. That's why I always have slow mode on. Yeah, I suppose that's convenient if you're trying to run a country having one time zone, but it's not too convenient if the actual people living in it. Which is where the Antlion Guard is, I think. Yep, there it is. I wonder, can you actually run away from it here rather than fighting it? Assume that door won't open. Oh, the door does open. Okay. Didn't really plan this out, but... Now these antlions friendly towards me. Oh yeah, they are. I assume so, yeah. I was expecting, because there was the Antlion Guard there, to them will be hostile, but they're not. No, I didn't know that Avon has a YouTube channel, but that wouldn't surprise me. Most companies that sell things have YouTube channels. I start looking at the comments and immediately somebody starts trying to shoot me. Have the bug bait still. There we go. Don't really want to stand there. I'll try and get that through there. There we go. Now they should hopefully jump down. Nope. Yeah, I'll go back up there and get those crates. They haven't got loads of health. No idea how much my collection is worth. Got about 80 masks. Most of those would be about 20 to 30 quid each, so... You can do that in a calculator if you want, and then add on a few £100 masks like the XM28 and whatever off, but I'm not selling them anyway, so I don't really care. If I wanted to collect stuff for money, I would not collect gas masks. I've already done some Stalker streams, I will do more, but at the moment I'm doing Half-Life 2. Problem with Stalker is because it's quite dynamic, that means often it doesn't work very well when you're trying to stream it because nothing interesting happens. Knock the turret out of that. There we go. I've been collecting masks maybe 10 years, I don't know. Depends what you really mean by collecting, so I couldn't start really collecting them until I had a job and earning money. I had a few masks before that. As I said, this isn't a Q&A stream, so I wouldn't bother constantly trying to ask me questions in it, because I'm focusing on playing a game. I have FAQ videos and sort of Q&A videos if you want to watch those, because your questions are all going to be answered in those anyway. Hello. I managed to knock something in front of the turret? Oh no. Now I assume I go around the top area and I can get back to where I was. Yep.
Burden of proof is on you, as is the consequence of failure. I'll just leave it at that. I have been asked to say a few words to the transhuman arm of Sector 17 Overwatch. Some successes in containing my Let me say up front that I regret having to temper my heartfelt congratulations with a strong measure of disappointment. I wouldn't be doing my duty as your administrator if I didn't pass along the message I have received from our benefactors. The capture of Eli Vance is an event of major significance, make no mistake. And while it's true that conceivably we could have taken him at almost any time in the last several years, unexpected benefits cannot have
Has he run off somewhere or is he dead? No, he's down there. One down, one to go. It's not really going to block bullets, but that'll do. Go on, in. Yep. Crossbow doesn't knock those over. Okay. I've not played Hunt Down the Freeman, I won't be buying it, it looks absolute crap. I've been playing Fear Through actually at the moment, the original one, and the expansion to that. I mean, I don't understand why people say it's scary, because it's just a little ghost girl that jumps out now and then, but the actual game is very good with the AI and everything. surprised I won't fall over. Other than the turrets, is that all of them? I have ordered a MP4 kind of, not MP4, GP4 kind of mask that's not the GP4. I think it was like an old communist Polish one. If you don't find a GP4 very interesting, you won't find it interesting, but I've got that on order. But I think I've said to quite a few people, I'm slowing down buying gas masks at the moment just because I don't really have room for them, so I need to keep clearing out more space to actually fit the gas mask anywhere. Yeah, he had that in. I not got it for free though, I did buy it. I was just having a look on eBay the other day and see if I could see anything interesting, and he had that one in. But for the most part, I think I've got to the stage now where it's quite rare to actually spot something I don't have or that isn't absurdly expensive from sellers. There's quite a few Russian masks I wouldn't mind getting, like modern Russian ones, not communist sort of era ones, but they're normally stupidly expensive because lots of Russians charge like £30 to £40 postage, which I'm not going to pay because that's a con. Actually, there was a switch in there, was there? I was meant to press. Or go through the window. That'll be it. That wasn't too difficult to kill that one. Yeah, if you can get an IP4 for £10, get it. That's not very much. It depends. You can still get the canisters that connect to the IP ones, but I would not recommend using a rebreather without proper rebreather training just because of how many ways you could kill yourself with it. So yeah, buy it as a cool little mask, but don't wear it. It's the same reason that, you know, people keep going to me, oh, why don't you set up your IP5 and use it? Because that'd be a really good way to kill myself. There's no exhale valve on it, so it's not going to really work with standard filters at all. They're designed to have an intake and an outtake going to the converter. Well, kind of like both combined because you recycle your breath using them.
I'm doing to get him out. Let's get out of here.
Oh yeah, they shot at him first.
I'm afraid I'm flying blind here. Every now and then a Vortigaunt gets captured and sends back information, but we don't have a complete picture of the place. The little we do know is all bad. Get ready. Here.
So this is where there's a lot of exposition, so this is where I can kind of read the comments properly.
Oh my god. These poor people. There. Alright, I think I can bring him in.
Who really cares? It's a game. People shoot at you, you shoot them back.
He's on the way. Let's go meet him. Ha! Done. Follow me. Come on. He should be in here. Let me just get this open.
Yeah, but Half-Life's nowhere near real, is it?
Alright. Let me see if I can get this open.
can't believe you found me.
Dad, are you all right?
I'm fine, but you've got to get out of here.
We're here to get you out, Dad.
Never mind me. Save yourselves.
No, we're not leaving you. I think I can recalibrate the Combine portal to get us out of here.
Where will you go?
I talked to Dr. Kleiner. His portal was almost working again. If he's managed to repair it, we'll end up there. If he hasn't, well, we couldn't be any worse off.
It's not worth the risk, Alex. I can't lose you. Get out while you can.
We're not leaving here without you. That's final.
You can't leave Judith here either.
Don't worry, Dad. We'll find her. For now, I'm going to send you to the teleport chamber. I'm not saying goodbye, Dad. We'll meet you there.
I know you will.
At some point, I need to play through Bioshock Infinite again. I know I'm going to hate that with all the, oh, stand here and watch a forced cutscene, stand here and watch a forced cutscene. Oh yeah, we made the gameplay worse than the older Bioshocks, because this is Ken Levine's Disney Princess Simulator. Ooh. I wouldn't be bothering to stream that, by the way, I'm just sort of saying. Bioshock Infinite's such a bad game.
Right. Over here. I'm gonna head back to the security station and try to patch into your suit radio. Wait till you... Take care of yourself.
Yeah, I definitely enjoy this game less on the bits where you have to just wait around for people to talk to you rather than actually being able to play the game. Can't take my radiator through the vent. Lots of grenades. Okay, let's chuck grenades at everything. Oh yes, this is where I meant to use my infinite supply of grenades. Hope there's a bit of health through here once I've blown that up. There we go. More down there, but I guess I can just hit those with barrels.
You're coming up to another control room.
Be nice if there was some health crate somewhere, or whatever. Oh, there's a health dispenser.
My guess is there's a bunch more soldiers heading your way. Quick, search the room. There should be some combine turrets nearby. I can reprogram these turrets to attack the enemy. Set them up to defend the control room.
Warning. Malignant viral interface bypass detected. Polyphatic core reprogramming detected. Sterilizing and containment fields compromised.
I can't shut down those fields from here. I'm going to have to catch up with you to get access to them. I'm picking up a lot of incoming soldiers. Hold the fort till I get there.
I mean, I don't know if I'm actually going to stream all of Half-Life 2 when I get further into it, because I think once I get to Follow Freeman, that's where the game kind of just gets a bit crap. So I might choose another game to stream at that point. I'm not going to be doing that tonight, but... Well, I'm useless for that shotgun. Come on. please dropped health, because I'm a bit low. Might actually just put this one, yeah, somewhere. Oh, no, there we go. Managed to drop it. There's house. Quick. Oh, shit. Because Half-Life 2 actually has quite good AI, so they don't just charge straight towards you for the most part in this game. You can tell the AI is actually good in this, because if you play something like Gary's mod, you can spawn them in a map that's not even from Half-Life 2 and notice that the AI does really smart things. I mean, now and again it'll break and it'll do something stupid, but... Right, there's some on that balcony. No, I don't damage masks by modding them for the most part, because I collect masks, not mod them or do stuff like that.
Be there in a second, Gordon.
Sorry it took me so long. Glad to see you're okay. Let's see if we can find Mossman. It looks like this station might give me better access.
Accepting a prize to simply turn loose, especially in the absence of Gordon Freeman.
You would have had Freeman if you'd been patient and just waited for my signal.
We weren't entirely sure you were ever going to get around to that. Human loyalties being what they are.
Dr. As I have stated before, you have to let Eli come around on his own.
I have known Dr. Vance far longer than you, my dear. I'm afraid your feelings for him may have blinded you.
Feelings? This has nothing to do with feelings.
Alright, cool. Yeah. Hi, Mike. This stream's probably not going to be on too much longer, because I was just streaming this level from the game. I've had a cold that's been quite persistent, so I've not been feeling great, but... yeah, I'll watch your stream when that's up.
Come on, Gordon. Now we've really gotta hurry. Go on ahead. I'll disrupt the next level of security and catch up with you when I can.
I mean, can you actually see that control panel of the screens there? I'll grab one of these. Is it this way I'm going or the other way? Probably the other way, I guess. Nope. Oops. pick that up again. I've got some helmets. I just collect a lot of militaria type stuff. The issue is, like I've said before, the reason I've got so many masks is masks are relatively cheap compared to other militaria items. Because I don't think lots of people can collect gas masks compared to lots of other stuff. Right, okay. I actually landed the right way up. I assume there's an electric switch I have to hit somewhere or just get to the other side of the room. Don't you take my box? Oh, shit. Oh, turret would be cool, but I don't think they're going to be legal in the UK, are they? Maybe, I think they should put better legs on it if they made a turret like this, because how easy it is to knock them over. Oh, I've wedged it the wrong way round. There we go. Alright, keep that there. Where am I meant to jump from that crate there? Let's have a look at that. Okay, so, can I... Oh, is that vertical? No, it's vertical. I was looking at that from the angle and I thought that was a, sort of diagonal thing. Ah, there's the diagonal one behind it, but yeah, you can't really get at that from where the other one is. Alright, is there an easy way of putting these the right way round so I don't get electrocuted trying to walk on them? I mean, I don't know, is that like that? Will I land on the good side? Oh, okay, I do. Okay, that makes it a bit easier. Right then, smash some more of these up. No, I don't have many spare parts. I mean, a couple of masks I have spare parts for, but mostly when you buy a mask, you don't get spare parts with it. There's probably a way I can actually make this really easy using the turrets. Right, let's put one here. Let's put another one here. And another one, don't know if this will be a good angle or not, here. Then I can cower in a cell with a shotgun. As long as they don't flush me out with grenades, I should be alright. One of them's already fallen over. Oh, right, it's because they opened the door, I guess. Already hit his face where he's sitting over. Sitting here for a moment. I don't know what you mean by those 40mm caps. Turrets are kind of a bit better, really, if you just throw them at people. Yeah, but what do you mean the 40mm caps? Because with most of them, they're properly fixed into the mask, aren't they? You'd have to rip the entire mask apart to get them out. Unless there's a specific mask you have where it's a separate ring from everything else.
We could have used some help. I won't leave you again, though. Now let's track down Mossman. Come on.
I didn't even notice that one jumping out.
Attention ground troops. Mission failure will result in termination of world assignment. Code reminder. Sacrifice.
Great, another security station.
Sound.
All right, Moslin, where are you? Ha. Found her. Ha! Got you now. Uh-oh. Come on, Gordon. Come on, Gordon.
I think this is right near the end of the level, isn't it now?
Let me seal this
Probably
door.
another sort of 5-10 minutes left. I think there's a bit where you have to do another turret defense section and they all try and pour in while you're on a teleporter.
There she is. Leave it talking to me, Gordon. We may need her to get out of here.
Hello? Oh, thank God someone... Alex? Gordon, how'd you get in here?
We know all about you and Breen.
What?
You've been a spy for the Combine the whole time.
What are you talking about?
Damn it! Move back, Mossman. We're coming in.
Alex, whatever you may think, I assure you I have worked to protect your father.
Shut up and be glad you're still some use to us. We're going to reconfigure this teleport and get the hell out of here.
You see, we're working to the same end.
Yeah, but that's going to depend actually on the individual mask, isn't it? How they connect in, because on a lot of masks they're part of a bigger assembly that you can't disassemble. So yeah, if the M65 has one you can remove, then that's good, but on a lot of masks you can't remove the individual parts like that. So yeah, problem is I don't know anybody who would sell just M65 like parts like that separately, because if you could get them separately for not much, then buying 2 of them and converting a cheek filter mask to 40mm would be quite cool, but I definitely wouldn't buy 2 proper M65s just to dismantle them to make a cheek filter mask, take proper filters.
Let's get going.
Nah, Mike, I've had, the cold since pretty much last week. I think it's peaked a couple of days ago in terms of being bad. Feels a bit better now, but it's one of those colds that when I get up in the morning it feels really, really bad, you know, like sore throat, struggling to breathe, very phlegmy, and then, you know, it eventually gets a bit better as the day goes on, so hopefully in another few days it'll be gone, but... and yeah, I think that's very bad. We're pretty much banning freedom of speech entirely now in this country, aren't we? Kicking out journalists. They're going more and more on this Russian hysteria, even though they've changed their story, I think, about 5 times now regarding that, with how they came into contact with Nerve Agent, whether it is or not Nerve Agent, which I don't think it personally would be. But
The coordinates, Dr. Mossman.
So, this is the Combine. It's smaller than I imagined.
Hurry up, Mossman.
well, apologies as well to everybody for having slow mode on. I keep forgetting to turn that off when I do a game stream and have it on when I'm doing the like Q&A ones.
We're running the Zen
Ideally, I wouldn't need that on. It's just the problem I have is often people spam messages non-stop when I'm doing the sort of Q&A ones. It actually makes it really hard to answer questions.
What's that? Hold on, gotta bring this back down.
Yeah, it's like I was saying in another video that when the Kremlin actually sanctions, you know, them to kill somebody, they do a very neat job of it. Like, I had loads of people attacking me over it because I said cyanide, not ricin, but, you know, and they used that umbrella injector to, like, needle the guy on the bridge. And I think they also had the heart attack gun, didn't they? Or maybe that was the CIA, where they could shoot cyanide or something into somebody and make it look like an accident or a heart attack. So, you know, if they wanted to do it, they'd do a really non-sloppy job of it, but...
Dr. Kleiner, you have to stop them. Oh my god. What coordinates are these? Where the hell did she take him?
One of the other things they were saying about that is apparently it could be some sort of family dispute, and the daughter was the real target. And a lot of the things that have come out about that sounds a lot more credible than Putin telling the guy to assassinate them but doing a really bad job of it. Hello.
Get some turrets set up.
Yeah, like, I think the whole Litvinenko thing was on purposely done so it'd be very painful and horrible, you know, but they made sure it killed him, you know, to make a statement. But yeah, like you say, but I don't think they'd cock it up really badly and then say, oh no, this is us doing it this way on purpose. I mean, it's also very convenient for Theresa May that she'd start blaming Russia for everything again. Now we've had, like, you know, another child grooming, rape ring thing come out in the news, but that's alright. Just blame the Russians for it, because, you know, better bring that up rather than look at all the domestic failures of our own governments.
Almost there. Just a couple more seconds. These readings are scaring me. Okay, Doc, we're locked on.
Yeah, exactly. It's like all the problem I have with a lot of this Western feminism where they don't actually give a shit at all about real women being raped, whatever. It's all about sort of big scandals and stuff like that, not, you know, actual stuff. Oh, I've got some bad news for you. I let the dogs out because the stream's going to be over in a minute because I was just doing a Nova Prospekt mission. We're pretty much at the end of it now. I'm hoping I'm going to do another live stream at the weekend, but I don't know when and where yet. It will just have to be how well I'm feeling on the day. Because I was thinking about doing this live stream yesterday, originally, but then I just, you know, felt too ill in the evening. I was like nearly falling asleep at sort of 7 o'clock or something.
Dr. Kleiner, let us out.
Alex? Gordon? My God, how did you get here? And when?
What's wrong?
My dear, I had given up hope of ever seeing you again.
I was afraid we might not make it either. I think the teleport exploded just as we were porting out.
Indeed it did, and the repercussions were felt far and wide, but that was over a week ago.
What do you mean? Gordon and I were just there a minute ago.
Fascinating. We seem to have developed a very slow teleport. This suggests an entirely new line of investigation.
A week? Then What have we missed?
A great deal, my
Oh,
dear.
he's got like the same keyboard as me, an IBM Model M.
Prospekt was taken as a signal to begin the uprising.
But what about my father?
Well, that is most troubling.
I mean, obviously the texture resolution's really low, but yeah, that's an IBM Model M.
We've got to get my father out.
Barney has been leading
PP88.
very aim in mind.
It's better known as a GP9.
Arrived several days ago.
Dog, you made it. Good boy.
So there, you see? It's not all hopeless.
I wish I shared your optimism, Doctor.
Doc, come in. Are you there? Hey, Doc, are you there?
Yes, Barney, and I'm no longer alone. Alex and Gordon have just arrived.
Well, man, that's good news. I almost gave you guys up for lost. We're planning to set up a staging area for attacking the Citadel.
Gordon and Dog can head your way. I want to get Dr. Kleiner somewhere safer. Then I'll meet up with you.
I'll take all the help I can get. Oh, crap! Incoming! Go on, get going!
Okay, Gordon, you heard him. I'll catch up with you as soon as I get Dr. Kleiner
The
set up.
PPM88 was another one of those masks I've wanted to get, but as I was saying, the issue is a lot of the masks from Russia, the modern ones. The Russians want like £30 to £40 for the mask, which is alright, but then they want another £30 to £40 on the postage, so I'm not really paying £60 to £80 for a really common mask. Because, you know, they're going, oh no, that is totally reasonable, £40 postage for an item weighing less than the kilogram parcel. You know, when it's obviously not, because I've ordered from pretty much everywhere else in Central and Eastern Europe and got the postage for less than a £5. So, yeah, I don't think that's a very good, that's the issue with a lot of the modern Russian stuff, is they really try and kind of scam you on the postage for it. There's probably some that do it for a reasonable price, but yeah. Right, we're at Anti-Citizen 1 now, so that's the very beginning of this chapter, so I'll probably leave it here now for the stream. Because as I said, I haven't been feeling great anyway, so I'll probably be watching Mike's one when that's up around 8:30. I think he said he was doing that. Hopefully be watching that, but I'll see how I feel. I'll probably stream a bit more Half-Life 2, but I don't think I'll stream it till the end of the game, because the last few chapters on this are a lot more cutscene-y kind of interactive content stuff. But yeah, then I'll work out something else to stream. I know a few people have asked for Stalker. I'll probably stream some more Stalker at some point, but I've already done some Stalker streams anyway. So yeah, see you when I see you. Hope you've enjoyed it for what it was, but as I said, I'll hopefully be a bit better in a few days and I'll feel a bit more up to doing longer streams or whatever.